Hey, singles, let's go ahead and get started with a reading for you to get you prepared and in alignment with your future partner. All right, Spirit, please show me for singles. What do singles need to do? Well, they needed to walk away from a past relationship. They needed to disconnect from the world. They needed to disconnect from, the pain, the sorrow, the sadness, work through those issues. What else do we have for the past? Yeah, we needed to stop reconciling. We just needed to reconcile with the past that it doesn't need to be a part of your future. And stop doing the back and forth thing with someone. It's just not even worth it. Past for the collective, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. All right, so let's go ahead and see present. Well, that one wanted to come out. Codependency. Okay. What else? We're working through codependency issues. Is that what we're doing? Yep. Pay attention to the red flags, learning to see the signs, learning to see what's not good, what you're not willing to tolerate anymore, not looking past red flags, no more codependent relationships. What else do we have here, Spirit? We've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. But not when it comes to people who continuously leave you on the fence. Future is yes. You are loving yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this is in your future column. What else do we have here? When you're loving yourself, you're not going to be tolerable of any of the other trickery or fuckery or any of that. You're just going to walk away from those situations. You're like, you know what? I realize that this is a test. I'm not going to put myself back through this test. Stop opening yourself up to past experiences. Why give somebody another opportunity to hurt you when they already know how to do it? Right? They already know how to do it. They know that in the past, you've always been tolerable. Yeah, unrequited love. So for some of you, yeah, honeymoon. The honeymoon phase is over. Okay. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I'm going to be honest with you. If you are, I'm almost getting somebody who's actually single, but they're still like fooling around with an ex, or they're still hoping that someone from the past is going to come back in. They're not. And even if they did, they are not going to have changed. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like they want to travel to come and see you. They're offering you all this stuff. Like telling you I love you. I can't wait to see you. I feel like for some of you, you guys live at a distance from one another. I mean, it could be a town over, or, across town or whatever, but it could also be across the states. And I feel like for a lot of you, this person could just be codependent on you for finances. It could be because of children for others of you. But whatever the circumstance is, the universe is trying to tell you, like, this is not going to work. This is not going to work, And I feel like for a lot of you, even if you are in a relationship, you're still single. Okay. And I don't feel like no matter how much love bombing a person does, you need to have more self-respect than that and really start seeing things clearly, because the center of the reading is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Right underneath that is separation. Above that is reconciliation. What's on your mind is, should we reconcile? But at the end of the day, Spirit's saying, no, you should separate. There's not enough love here. This person does not. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to is being love bombed. You're being love bombed. Now, either you're traveling to go and see them, they're traveling to come and see you. One way or another, I don't think that the love is there. I think that the lust maybe be there. For some of you, it's obligation. Again, there's that codependency and obligation to be in this relationship. For some of you, if you're married, you're still calling them your husband or your wife, when really, in all actuality, they're your ex. Singles. It's time for you to retreat from this situation. It's time for you to walk away from this situation. It's time for you to stop going back into something that you know is just dead in the water. Like, it's not going to work out. And you already see it. You already know, like, don't put that, lampshade back over your face so you don't have to see it, because at the end of the day, you already know why this isn't working. Like, if you're still trying to fix it, it's just not, I'm sure for some of you, the love is there maybe on one side. There's always that one person who loves the other more, right? But you have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. That's what I'm hearing. No, so I don't know if you're a card player or something, or lived in Vegas or live in Vegas or something like that, but know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I think at this point, when I look at all these cards, retreating, codependency, pay attention to the red flags, love yourself first, separation, unrequited love. Like, the advice is for you to love yourself. The advice is for you to have respect for yourself. The advice is for you to not turn a blind eye, no matter what excuse you're trying to give yourself about this relationship. Because I feel like you're a really genuine person. You're just being loyal to the wrong person. And what you need to do is be loyal to yourself and be loyal to your heart. And if a relationship just like leaves you feeling yucky in the end, then common sense says, let it go, separate. Yeah, you're going to miss this person, but at the end of the day, they don't love you as much as you love them. For some of you, I just heard that you don't want to give up your title. What is a title without having anything that solidifies it? Like, yeah, you can be a husband. Yeah, you could be a wife. But if your partner isn't acting as a husband and wife, then all you have is a title on a piece of paper. Because that's really all it is anymore, is a piece of paper, you know? Because at the end of the day, getting married changes nothing. It really doesn't. For some people, they feel like it just gives them like a false sense of entitlement over another person, like things are going to change, especially if the relationship was toxic before, and then you turn around and still got married. It's still toxic. All you did was add Mr. and Mrs. in front of it, or Mrs. and Mrs., or Mr. and Mr., whatever it is that you're doing. Because at the end of the day, that's not going to make them love you anymore. Now it's just harder for you to get out of. Nice honeymoon, oh, let's go on a honeymoon. The real person that you're supposed to be with, you have to walk away from all this stuff, because the real person is right here. This person's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life right now, but you have to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will give you romance, but you're going to have to free yourself. It's time for you to take back control of your life. You're going to have to learn the lesson, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And then there's going to be like the relationship of a lifetime that's just waiting for you on the other end, where the two of you guys can truly embrace and work together for the same common goal, instead of working at cross purposes and staying in a relationship for egoistic purposes. What are you doing? What a waste of fucking life. Like, tomorrow is never promised, so what the fuck are you waiting for? Like, dude, I almost feel like this is just kind of nonsense. It's like common sense. I don't feel like you need a psychic or an astrologer or a life coach. Like, I'm sure your mom told you that. I'm sure your dad's told you that. I'm sure your, friends have told you that. Like, it's almost like, duh. What are you wasting your time on? because you can't, like, because you're so codependent in having a relationship that you're willing to just take whatever is put out in front of you? Like, are you really that desperate? Like, because this whole reading is out of desperation, the codependency, the red flags, somebody in and out of your life. But at the end of the day, like, if you really took a step back and looked at it, can you honestly say that this is your person? Can you honestly say that you want to go 5 more years of this bullshit? Because at the end of the day, they're not as loyal as you are. And they'll replace you the moment you let them go. Guaranteed. The one who really wants to change and have something better for themselves usually stays single for a while, because they want to learn all that they can learn about their past misfortunes in relationships. They're not just looking for somebody, a body right next to me in bed. Like, you can have anybody, but don't you want the one? The one that's going to cherish you, the one that's going to be honest with you, the one that's going to be loyal to you. The one who's going to allow you to take down that armor. Not feel like you're in fight or flight mode every single fucking day, or having to walk on eggshells to be in a relationship. Like, I'm sorry. I remember my ex-husband, I've been divorced for 22 years. And I remember my ex-husband giving me an ultimatum that I needed to get a job and make as much money as he did, and still care for the family, make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, take the kids to school, do it all by myself, basically, and still make as much money as he does. Or he was going to leave me. So I chose option C, and I left him. And I was like, because if I have to put up with all of this bullshit and still have to do everything myself, I'm basically doing everything myself anyway. So why would I want to put up with the bullshit of you? That backfired for him. Don't give me an ultimatum, because I'm going to choose a completely different option. And it's not going to be one that benefits you. I can promise you that. And I never remarried. Why? Because I see it all for what it is, and I'm not desperate. So that finally, when I do come into a union, it's not because I'm going to the grocery store hungry. Thank you, Spirit. It's not because I'm going to the grocery store hungry, because I'm not. Because I'm fine by myself. I love having my freedom, my sanity, my peace. Yes, would I love to be able to share these experiences and share some of the burden of life and have somebody to come home to and talk about my day? Absolutely. But not if it's going to make me feel bad about myself, or if, I say something that's constantly triggering to another person. Like, otherwise, there's animals for companionship. You can volunteer at hospice. They would love to have your companionship. Or a boys and girls club, then at least, yeah, you may be going home and going to bed at night by yourself, but that's better than going to bed with someone else that makes you feel all alone. And for some of you, like I said, you're not even living together. You're separated. It says right here, you're separated. But I feel like if you really truly love yourself, you'll stay separated, because at the end of the day, there is no love in the relationship that you guys are holding on to, whether you're already separated or you're still in a relationship without being, it's really a situationship. You're still all alone in it. And I feel like it's time for you to really look at, your situation, schedule a reading. I would love to help you, like, see things for what they are and not for some fantasy that you want them to be. Because at the end of the day, that's just what this is a fantasy. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave that there. Comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. Like, share. If you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. I love you guys all so much. And yeah, good luck with this.